Hello everyone, this is Bashar Masad from MKN Group. Today this video is about auto provisioning of FusionPBX using Fanvil phones. You're gonna see the big difference between using Fanvil phones and FusionPBX versus other phones and models. Um, it's basically only what you need to do is to have access to the Fanvil provisioning server. You can get that access from you if you are a reseller from your distributor, or if you are an end user, ask your reseller to do the auto provisioning for you. So basically you get access to Fanvil provisioning server, and then you do some configuration that I'm going to show you on your FusionPBX, and that's it. No need to create XML files, no need to create CFG, no need to create anything. It's just straightforward. Okay, so enough said. Let's start by going to the Fanvil provisioning server. So this is the Fanvil provisioning server. They call it FDPS, and this is our login. The first thing you need to do is to go to groups, and from groups you need to create a group for your customer. Each customer will need a group, or each tenant will need a group here. So I'm gonna add a group, and I'm gonna give it training, and this is like for auto provisioning authentication name, what kind of name what name you want to use for your devices when they connect with here. So basically what's happening after you create the group and assign a MAC address to this group, this name and password will be pushed all the way to your phone, and when your phone contact Fusion asking for provisioning, then it's going to use this username and password. So I'm going to use just username training, and password I can use like training 2020. Okay, so that's all what I need to do here in terms of groups, and then I'm gonna save this group. Okay, perfect. Now I have this training group. Now I go to devices, and I'm going to add the MAC address and assign it to the training group. So basically this is the either I go to the phone and get the MAC from there, or I can just go to the web interface. I have a Fanvil X4 connected, and I just copy the MAC address from here, and I'm going to add a device, and it's going to be a single device. Of course I can upload a file that contains lots of devices, so I'm gonna have X4, and I'm gonna put the MAC address. Of course it's not gonna accept the dots, the colons I mean. So 1B, and after the 1B let me just move this here. Okay, I'll come back to it. After 1B it's 52E1. So perfect, so I've added this, done. Okay, so I have this one added. So of course the owner is filled automatically by Fanvil server, so this is like mainly the distributor. So I believe I did not assign it to a group, so I'm gonna do is make sure it's assigned to the training group. Done. Okay, so now here you see still the IP address that the phone used to connect is not the phone did not connect yet. So basically what I need to do is either wait until I go and make the provisioning and add the provisioning information to the Fusion, or just restart just to make sure that it's going to work. So I have the Fanvil here. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm going just to disconnect the power, or connect the power back. Now, the moment it connects, the moment you reboot the Fanvil phone, it goes to look for information on the FDPS. And if the MAC address is listed here, it's gonna connect and look for information. So basically, that's what I've done here. Okay, now I need to do one more step. I'll let the phone reboot. The other step, I'm just gonna open another one to show you. Under groups, go back and so after I rebooted the phone, now you see that this is the public IP address where the phone is. So it did contact the server, and now we're sure that whatever changes we do inside Fusion, it's gonna have an effect here on the server. Okay, on the phone, sorry. So okay, let's go. So this is, I created a domain for training. I'm not gonna use a host name. I'm going just to use the IP address. Now, as you know, they're multi-tenant. So there are two ways to do the changes for the provisioning inside the FusionPBX. The first one is to do it under default settings, and that's going to affect every domain or host name or tenant inside the Fusion. The other way is to copy these parameters and just assign them to a domain name, which I believe if you are a reseller and you want to do a good job is to create a different setting for each of your tenants. So I'm not going to do that just for simplicity, but you know, if you go to other videos here, it shows you how to copy some of the default setting. Or you know what, let me just show you quickly. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly. Now I have two actually host names, this one and this one. Let's consider them like two tenants just for the sake of, like, you know, experiment. So here, so we go to default settings. One of the things that I want to copy for sure is to enable auto provisioning or not. So, and this is a very, very important step. So enabled and excuse me, so I'm gonna put provision here, search. So enable, this is important. See, it says false. That means no matter what you try to do, it's not gonna work unless you change it to true. So you can just either open it or just click on the false, and now enabled is gonna show there as true, both the values and enabling that. See, so it's true and true. Perfect. So that's the first step. Now, if we want to copy this for a specific domain, we can go just check this one, hit the copy here, and choose the domain to paste and hit paste. So now that if you go to this domain, now you're gonna see this one, and you go advanced domains and then go to this one, you're gonna see that it was copied. So this overrides the default settings. So if this one is not enabled, I'm just gonna put it false, then for this specific domain, auto provisioning is not going to work. So let me go back excuse me, to default settings and show you, in addition to that enabling, show you the other two things that we need to do. So the first one will be authorization. So just put auth here, search, always look under provision. So this is true. Now authorization password and authorization names are the same excuse me, are the same names we have added here for that training. So these are the same. So these should be here to match. So I'll go here, authorization enabled, yes, password, and we're gonna put first, of course, change it to true, enabled to true. Value, I think we put training 2020 and save. Great. So now, yeah, so this is what I don't like. Every time if you are under the default settings, every time you change it goes back to the main, like your search will disappear, but it's okay. Oath. Okay, so we go back, and this one, the username is training. So I'm gonna click this one, enable it, and put the name here, training. Sorry. All right, so enabled. We put the value here as training, save. And as I said, I put this in the default setting. Regardless what's here, it's under default setting, so it's gonna stay here. Just to make sure, I'm gonna go default settings here and check auth. As you see, they're here. Okay, so we're I'm gonna enable this also, the authorization type as digest, and now we're ready to go and add and try to provision the phone. Now I'm going first to create an extension. This is like a brand new installation I did last night, just to be sure I'm working with the latest version. So I'm gonna just add an extension 100. Not gonna add anything else. Save. Okay, so back now we have extension 100 added. I will go to devices and go and add a new device, which is like, you know, the one the MAC address is this one. So I'll go here, add it, just okay, template. This is a nice thing about Fusion. You're gonna find all Fanvil, including the new U series, relatively new, and the X7. So that's fantastic. So I'm gonna go X4. Okay, and here, what you're gonna program, I can actually just say line 1, or you know what, I don't have to do it from here. I'll show you. It's easier just to go back to the extension and back. So if I go to extension and open it, now see, one of the nice things here, I can add from here, so I don't have to remember the username and password for the extension. So I just go, boom, template X4. Okay, and I can put, like, you know, these are different things now. So basically that's it. Of course, like, you know, if you want to do the keys, then you have to go to the devices here and do it from here. So I'll show you again. So see, like, you know, the one I added automatically came here. So I'm gonna delete this one. Here the keys, so you can say, okay, key, I'm gonna make it program, let's make it memory, and then say type. See here, Astra BLF, it even has all the BLFs for different phones. So I'm gonna say attended transfer, and it's gonna be using line 1, and here the key, I'm gonna use key 2, and value will be 101. So it's going to show you if we have extension, and that's it. So, and then I hit save. Okay, so now we're ready basically. Oh, except one thing, I'm sorry, I forgot one thing, is to go back to the provisioning server, go to groups, and put uh, these two values under phone flash. So under phone flash, first change it to HTTPS, update mode, update after reboot, and update interval 1 is fine. And the only thing you need to have is the server address, which will be HTTPS, and our IP address here, which is this guy here, /app/provision. This is where FusionPBX saved the templates for all the files, all the phones. So this is only, you don't have to put a configuration file or anything, and that's it. Then you hit save. Actually, you know what, I'm sorry, like, you know, this one can be done like even at the very beginning when you started putting like the name. If you know the IP address and all that stuff, you can just put it, where's one? You can put it from the beginning. You don't have to wait until, you know, you do the auto provisioning inside the Fanvil, the FusionPBX. Okay, so we're done. Now the only thing is to test. The way we need to test it is like we have to restart the phone. If you go now here, line, there is let me look into the phone. If you go to line, you're not going to see anything yet because we did not restart the phone, and you know the phone will get the provisioning after you restart it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot the phone. I thought I can do it from here, or actually no, I'm not going to do it this way, but you can go to auto provisioning and say auto provision now. If you go here, no, not here. Should I show it maybe in different form? But you know, one of the options is to auto provision now, but I'm not going to do that now. So the only thing I'm going to do is just reboot the phone. I can do it physically or just from here. So I'm going to hit reboot. Okay. And now I see the phone is rebooting. I'm going to pause the recording until the phone comes back. Okay, so the phone is back and already provisioned, but I have to go back here and just correct one thing that I forgot, which is here. Where is it? Save auto provisioning information. This one should be checked for the following reason, because if you do not check this one, the phone will provision the same time, but the information will not be saved on the phone. So next time anything happen in new information, it's not going to get updated. So I apologize, I forgot this, but this is very important. Now let's go back to the phone, and if we go to line, we see that it's already provisioned here with the information. Don't worry about the timeout, it's just trying to connect to the server, and the server information already in the field of server 1. And the most important thing, if you go to system and auto provisioning, you're gonna see that that the authentication name and password are saved at the phone. And if you go to static provisioning server, you're going to see the information we put inside the Fanvil server. So that's basically it. I mean, you can do many things with the auto provisioning, but just wanted to make something simple and easy. Um, so anyway, regarding this, I believe regarding this timeout, most likely the Fusion PBX put the IP address in jailbreak or something. I don't know what. So it's very easy. Just go and unban the IP address. I think that's what happened. But again, the most important thing is all the information is already here. I can actually pause and go and unlock this IP address. Just 1 second. Okay, so now the phone is back registered. Go to line. It's registered, and everything is fine. Even the function key that we programmed is there, which is number 2. If you remember, we assigned it as a BLF. So that's it. If you need more help, we do offer professional services for Fusion PBX, helping people with installation and not only auto provisioning anything. Contact us at MKN Group. Visit our website mkn-group.com. And just to remind you that we do offer now at MKN Group, in addition to the SIP trunking service we offer, and the plans, the $45 plan for 10 channel SIP trunk, and the other plans, we do offer now cloud services, and we use Fusion PBX, of course, with multi-tenant. So if you're interested, contact us. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, and see you in the next Fusion PBX or Fanvil phone video.